Green light.
Yep, I'm green.
Okay. Hey everybody, Josh McFall here, the CEO at HAAR, and today I'm joined on HAAR Talks with my friend Barry Oxley. Barry, thanks for being on HAAR Talks today. You're the first guest, by the way.
Oh, hey.
on it.
I feel
Otherwise,
privileged.
it's just been me talking to the camera. So, Barry and I have a lot of conversations as the CEO of Realtors and Builders, and of course, with our housing market being what it is, we're not only talking about all the great things that are happening, but also some of the pain points. And so today I wanted to bring in Barry you to talk to us and our members about what's going on with supply, with labor, just what's happening in new construction. I'm sure they're living it every day, but I want them to hear it from you.
Yeah, it's really, you think about it, we've never shut down the entire world before.
Right.
Probably since World War II.
Right.
And so what happened, and I'll just make it as quick as I can, what happened is all these manufacturing plants, everything was going great as far as the economy and supply and demand, and then everything shut down. Mm-hmm. Manufacturing plants shut down, but the construction industry was designated as an important industry that had to keep going.
As essential, yeah.
As essential, so
just like real estate, yeah.
Yeah, and so we were still building, and so we were drawing all these supplies out of the supply chain, buying lumber and wire and roofing materials. Yet the plants were shut down.
Right.
And so we started going through this. Prices started rising because they were getting low on supplies. Manufacturer plants started calling some people back, and so they started slowly ticking in their, they started slowly and upticking in their production.
Yeah.
And but it hasn't kept up with demand, and it hasn't got caught up yet.
Right.
And so prices have been increasing all over, supplies, materials.
I mean, we read on the news, about labor shortages and supply shortages, not just in our industry, but of course we're feeling it. I know that you guys keep track of what's going on with the prices. So you and I have talked about things like glass. Mm-hmm. I remember you mentioned to me a few weeks ago.
There was two big glass plants in Texas, and you remember they had the ice storms.
Yeah.
Glass has to manufacture 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because it has to keep hot and melted. And during the ice storms, all their power went down, their lines froze, their backup generator, basically they melted down. And so they had to clean up the plants, get that manufacturing. At the same time, a glass plant out west caught on fire. Wow. I mean, it was just the trifecta of doing that kind of stuff. So you can buy the window frames, you just can't get the glass to go in the window.
Glass in there.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you telling me that most builders, when they were signing the contracts, were at the same time potentially ordering windows instead of when they would pour the foundation. Is that still
that's
the
still,
case?
matter of fact, I was talking to a builder earlier today. He said that's exactly what he's doing. As soon as he signs the contract, he's ordering the windows. And he's hoping that if you're ordering 32 windows, all 32 show up on time. And so right now it's like 12 weeks.
Well, the trucking industry is having a backlog as well right now.
Yeah, because food is the priority. Food, water for humans and animals are the priority in shipping. So they're still shipping out all these supplies, and at the same time, manufacturers of products are saying, hey, we need trucks, and they're doing other things. So they've gotten backed up really bad as well.
So not to paint the bad picture, all the bad stuff out of the way, one of the coolest things that I think we've got in Madison County is the Home Builders Academy that y'all have started to address the labor shortage with that. And you're a little over a year in, over 100 graduates. Is that right?
As this coming Tuesday, we'll have almost 140 graduates.
That's unbelievable, man. So you got a job fair coming up for that.
We do next week.
That are like companies trying to hire out, right?
Yeah, we have 24 graduates next week that's going to go through the job fair.
So they're skilled in what?
So our academy focuses on carpentry, whether it's framing or trim carpentry. We focus on electric, HVAC, and plumbing, those 4 disciplines. But they can go out and do all sorts of things. We've had our graduates go and work office jobs. We've had them work in IT because we've had them work in customer support, so they can be in all sorts of things. But I mean, we've had some great stories.
You told me some really cool success stories. I know. You want to share like one of the cool ones?
I think my favorite story is a homeless vet. His name is Walter, And he was down at the bridges downtown, and every day he was walking up to the academy. And it was this time of year, so he would come inside early just to cool down in the air conditioning. He just hung out in one of the classrooms. And he went through the class, and about week 7, I get a call from one of our members saying, hey, we desperately need somebody in our carpentry shop. Desperate. Do you have anybody that you might have in mind? And Walter had some skills. And so I thought, well, I'll let you talk to one of our students, but you have to promise if you hire him, you have to allow him to finish. Yeah. And they said, absolutely. So they ended up hiring him. And fast forward a year, he went from being homeless, living in a tent, and he lived in a truck for a while, lost the truck, then had to go to a tent, to a shared apartment, and now he has his own apartment, and he's working on getting his CDL license.
Wow. Like all because he had the opportunity.
Yeah, exactly right. To come to the free academy. We trained them, gave him the skills, he interviewed, got the job, and now he's, it's life-changing, which is really awesome as well.
And you guys are running off of support from like the city, some private donors, right?
We have private donors, and the other thing we did was we've gone to the municipalities to get them to increase the permit fees.
Okay.
By 10
Self-imposed on builders. Wow.
Yes. And so our builders all agreed, yep, this is something we have to do, because labor is a big issue, and it's going to continue to be a big issue. And so we went to the city, and they said, well, we can do it, but you got to get a state law passed. So we went to the state legislature, got them to pass the law last May, a year ago.
Fantastic.
Came back to them, said, okay. And so we have $10 fees on some permits, $20 fees on others.
And that's now? You're getting that funding now?
Yes.
That's awesome. So one thing that we want to tell y'all about, I guess, breaking news a little bit on this is that we've been working. So the HAAR and HMCBA have been working on a joint task force or work group around the attainability and availability issue, which we all know inventory historically low levels, and as fast as homes are being built, like we said, they're being sold. And so we want to have a community conversation around that. So one of the things that Barry and I are doing, along with some community partners, there's going to be an event this fall that we're going to release the details about, but a half-day community conversation for the real estate community and community stakeholders and elected leaders to come together and let's talk about the issue, right? It's something that we both passionately care about. Both of our organizations obviously are directly impacted by this. So you've been on that committee since the beginning. So
yeah, it's going to give us the opportunity to have a real conversation and maybe possibly come up with some solutions or some ideas of different pathways we could do to get there.
Yeah, I think that's, I was having lunch with somebody on Monday, talking about what's so cool about North Alabama and Huntsville in particular, about, we've got very similar missions, and like you guys do amazing things, and our other community partners, and we're able to bring all those things together for things like this when it's around. Instead of you guys trying to tackle it alone, or realtors trying to tackle it alone, or the city, we're going to just bring everybody together. So, and like Barry said, we don't want it to just be a sit and get. We want you to be engaging in it, right?
Exactly.
We want to create something, an opportunity to move forward on some progress.
Yeah, everyone that comes will have the opportunity to voice their opinion or ideas. At this meeting, they'll be able to hear stuff and be able to give stuff, which is really a great opportunity.
Yeah, and also our friends at Bancorp South are bringing in Edsel Charles, which many of you have seen. Edsel talk about forecasting. He does a great job at talking about what's ahead. So look for information about that coming soon. Anything? How's everything at the association at Home Builders?
It's going great. I mean, we're almost feeling like we're back to normal.
Yeah.
As far as the association goes, housing is just, people are at high frustration levels, and builders are, subs are, because they're getting called in so many different directions, and
our members are involved. In
exactly right. So they're
living it every day with them.
Yeah, and it's just absolutely amazing the time period we're in. Is that again, we haven't ever shut down the world. Now we're experiencing what that looks like, and most of us don't like the way it looks at all.
Right.
But when you're trying to price a house, It's similar, in the new construction, we're trying to figure out what the price of the house is to be able to sell it. And, realtor world is, what the price is, but that might not be what the end up price is going to be.
Because of the issues we were talking about at the
Just
beginning.
multiple offers. I mean, when did Huntsville ever have so many multiple offers on houses before?
That's become, we have the addendum in the contracts library because of that the board worked on. So, Barry, thanks for being the first guest on Hard Talks Live.
I'm happy to be the first.
Yeah, I'm happy you are too. So look for details about our joint event that's coming up this fall. We'll be releasing details about that in the next few weeks. As always, check out the weekly newsletter on Saturdays and Mondays. Hope everybody has a great 4th of July weekend and stay safe and enjoy what's hoped to be some pretty weekend weather from what I saw on that. So hope to see you at the association soon. Thanks.
Actually saying it's going to be the coolest 4th of July without rain.